Well, this might be a little bit hard to see, but we're going to do the best we can for you. I'm going to show you how to pack wheel bearings by hand. Kind of a lost art. Most bearings nowadays are a cartridge type bearing, or cassette bearing they call it. But at any rate, it's already got the grease in it. Thank you for the charger, buddy. Just lay it over there on the step of the dump truck. We're out here working on the old F600, and I'm showing my son how to do wheel bearings. I figured I'd bring you along for the ride. Poke your head over my shoulder. Say hi, Levi.
Hi.
There you go. Get away. But anyway, show you how to do it. A couple little things some of you probably already know, but a lot of you younger guys, y'all ain't seen nothing like this. Or if you have, you've used a bearing packer, and that's okay until you ain't got one. So now we're going to show you what to do here. Shoot. Okay, well, you're just going to have to look at the ground for a minute or two. First things first is two of my favorite weapons. Two of my favorite weapons. Yes, rubber gloves and baby powder. Baby powder is your friend in the summertime, especially if you're like me and you sweat prolifically. The little dash on the old handy bones there. Grab you a glove, and you pretty much know where this is going. Any of you that are in the medical field are used to the latex gloves, powdered or powder-free, blah, blah, blah. Believe me, the powdered ones are your friend. Because otherwise you'll spend 10 minutes getting them on and rip a dozen pairs and end up with nothing. So, and with as many funky chemicals as they put in axle grease, you know, it's never exactly been a healthy product to start with. I wouldn't recommend you putting it on your pancakes. It is a byproduct of, you know, fuel refining. So, ain't that perfect. So now, we're going to pack some bearings. We'll do another inside bearing. I've already done one. I can't tell the reflection on the screen if anybody could even see this. Inner bearing F600. Okay, I can sort of see it now. What I normally do is this is the brand of grease I got. I got it because if you look at it, it's kind of grainy. This stuff is thick. It's not, a lot of the stuff you buy in the stores is just grease gun grease that's been put in a can. So if you're going to do it by hand, get the fibrous stuff, spend a little extra money, get the good stuff. You know, it's going to pay for itself. What I do is I'll get me a little dollop like that, put it back here in the palm of my hand. I don't know, can you see that? Yes. See how it's back here in the palm of my hand? Back there kind of in the crease. Then you take your bearing like this, and your bearing, I always start from the backside. I don't know if it really makes a difference, but I was taught to start from the backside, and you just kind of scoop it in like that. Just keep scooping it in. And what it'll do, it pushes into the back of the bearing and works its way up around the rollers. And then just kind of turn the bearing and the race, the whole thing, and work your way around it. It's real easy peasy. It's dirty, it's stinky, but it's not hard to do. You just kind of keep turning and rolling and turning and rolling. And do this, make about 3 laps around, make sure you got plenty packed into them rollers. That's what I'm doing now, is working my way around it. And when you scoop it, you put a little down pressure on it so that you actually force it up around them rollers. It doesn't go to the inside. If you look on the inside, there's not much in that center race area. It doesn't do you any good in there. It needs to be out here in the rollers. So we're going to keep on working our way around. And pack her in there good and tight. Yeah, okay, all you teenagers, get your mind out of the gutter. I know where you was going with that. And quit making jokes about my sister.
Wait.
She was a virgin 7 times over last week, and the donkey. Don't ask, Levi. You'll learn. You're in middle school. You'll know all this by the time you're in 8th grade.
No, I didn't even know what you said.
Good. Keep it that way. You'll be happier, trust me. But then you can see I've turned around and I'll wedge a little in from the front side because there's a gap in there. You can see the gap there between the race and the actual bearings. So I'll wedge a little in there. You trust me, you can't put too much in it because this is the only thing that keeps that bearing from getting smoked up. As I said, the new bearings, this is already done for you. You just pop it out, you pop the cartridge in, and you're happy trails. But if you're reusing the old bearings, or you have a vehicle that has this style, this setup on it, this is what you're going to have to do to pack them. Now that we've got the worst of it worked in, you can see I'm holding the center of the bearing and I'm turning the actual roller area, the load area. And what that's doing is walking that grease down through the rollers, and the top's going to the bottom's going to the top. And now take another little dollop and we'll just start slathering her on there. What was that?
That was the goat.
Okay, is she okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a goat that was down a little bit sick last night, had a loose stool, and I worry prolifically about them when they're that young, so we put her in the, sequestered her into the infirmary pen, if you will. And again, you see me, I'm holding it and turning it. You can see the grease scooshing up out of there. And the idea being is you want to get as much of that grease worked down into the bearing as you can. Sitting on the outside is okay, that's fine, but you want to make sure it's worked down into these rollers, because if it isn't, you've basically put lipstick on a pig. It's got to be worked all the way through. And now that I got a good smear all over that, we're going to set this off to the side. It goes into this drum that's way over here, and see if I can get you a little better view of it there. Turn it a little bit, maybe. That's kind of close, I guess. Anyway, hopefully you can see this. Oh, no, I can't do that. I got to clean it out first. So let me pull my gloves off and stop the camera. I'll clean this out. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe all the scuzz out of it. I'm going to take a big glob, a handful of grease. I'm going to put the fresh grease in there, set the bearing in, and then I'll show you how to put seals in. I'll do a seal setting video here in just a couple minutes. So bear with me, guys. Go get a soda or something. The next video will be how to put the grease in, how to put the seals in without damaging them. So, hey, thanks for sticking around. This could be interesting.